This island is called Nedia.
Does that even sound like me? Hey everyone, it's Kato, and in today's video, I'm going to be reacting to my first ever YouTube video. So if you're interested in content like this and you want to see more in the future, I'd appreciate if you'd like and subscribe, but let's just get right into it. So I'm actually posting this video on June 24th, which is actually one day before my 1-year anniversary on YouTube, which I cannot even believe. Cannot believe I've been doing this for almost an entire year, but I thought it would be fun to react to my first video. I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I am nervous about this because anytime I've gone back to watch my old videos, I just kind of cringe at them because I don't know. I feel like everyone would do that. You know, you're just not comfortable at first. You don't know what you're doing. Not that I know what I'm doing now, but I'm nervous about this. So I think we should just jump in. First things first, I'm okay with this little intro setup I've got here. The cute little pictures. I like the blush pink. I just created this image on Canva, so I would have an intro, nothing fancy. I didn't really try to edit it at all. Just threw this together so I would have something at the beginning, and then I think I have an outro screen as well that kind of matches a little bit with this, but I'm not mad at this. I think I did a decent job with what I had, not really editing anything previously. I think this is okay. So we are going to start playing the video and we will see what my first video is all about.
Hey everyone, it's Kato.
Okay,
in
wait.
this video, I'm going to be
Why do I sound like that? Hang on.
doing a small island tour of my first island. This island is called Nedia.
Does that even sound like me?
I just recently started a second island on my other Switch. This island has kind of a forest, cottagecore theme.
I can hardly even hear myself, and I have this turned up pretty loud. So obviously, first things first, the audio to me is not great. And I do remember I was using the microphone in my laptop, which is totally fine to start out with. I think I needed to play around more with the editing of it though, to get the volume levels correct. Maybe add some filters or something in Audacity later when I was editing. And also turn the music down some. The music is very loud compared to my voice, in my opinion anyway.
It's pretty much done. The back half still has some work to do, but I'm also going to be going over some of my favorite paths that I like to use that are more natural.
Favorite paths?
For the most part, they're all pretty easy to use.
Okay, so you can also just tell that I'm nervous and not confident in what I'm saying, which I think is totally normal for your first video. You're not used to talking to a camera, talking to a computer. None of that is something that you normally do. So I think some people are better at this than I was starting out because I just wasn't accustomed to it at all. And I think I was also kind of trying to not necessarily hide what I was doing, but I know that my husband and son were in the house somewhere, so I was trying to be really like quiet and reserved about it rather than like, you know, screaming into a microphone or anything like that. So I think that's kind of what's going on here as well. Now I could do what I'm doing now, which I think is a lot better. I feel like I'm more confident in what I'm saying, and I could do this with my husband standing right here. And I think streaming has helped a lot with that. Just me feeling more comfortable talking to a camera, speaking with a lot of people there. I think I've gotten better about that, but here I am definitely not.
But when you step out the airport, here's my entrance. And
I
the
do
first
like
path I
this
want to talk about are
entrance.
these wooden
And look
planks
at
right
me
here.
with the little, with a little pop-up there, text. This kind of stuff actually takes me a lot longer than I want to admit. And being that this is my first video, I know this probably took me a long time to figure out. I always want to get the text right, get the transitions right, all of that stuff. I'm not normally good at that kind of stuff, and if this is my first video, I know this took a long time, so I'm impressed that I did
It's
that.
one of my favorite paths to use, kind of leading into things. I like to use it in front of houses, in front of shops, stuff like that.
I like my terraforming.
So for each path that I talk about, I'm going to have the code come up on the screen, and then I'll also have it listed in the description below.
I also
if you're
just can't even imagine having them all pop up on the screen. We have so many codes now. This was obviously way before the recent update where we got the 50 extra codes. So can you imagine me having to put me having to put 100 codes on the screen? No.
In any of these paths to use on your own island. So coming over here, this is Beau's house. I have this distressed white brick. This is one of the first custom paths that I started using.
I love that white brick.
It's one of my favorites. It really gives that distressed look, and it's pretty easy to use.
The distressed white brick really gives that distressed look. You can tell my adjectives have not improved. Well, I guess this is old, but I still say stuff like that. Like, the distressed brick makes it look really distressed. That's great. A great description there.
I think it only uses 5 or 6 slots. And you can even use less than that.
Look at Fauna down there. I was just looking for Fauna.
If you want to. And then coming up here, this is Fauna's
Her
house. And I've
house?
got these
I love that exterior.
white stone tiles here mixed with the floral tiles. And then I also have this lace rug, which I really like. I use that in several places in my island.
I do love that lace rug.
I think it gives off like a really girly vibe, and I like that you
Look
can
at
see
me
the grass
using
underneath.
the jail bars.
And then coming through.
And also, that water pump on the cliff makes me laugh every time. Bobby used to make fun of me for that. So I love seeing it.
Here, this is my orchard section. It's not really a linear orchard, just kind of trees scattered around. I like the look of that better.
I do
Over here,
like
underneath
this
bench,
orchard.
I've got
It's kind of a
this
scattered orchard.
almost macrame style.
I think linear orchards are making a comeback. I'm putting that out there. Putting that out there into the world. We're all gonna have linear orchards for autumn. Autumn 2021, linear orchards, they're back in. I'm just saying.
Rug. And again, I like that you can see the grass underneath. I feel like that keeps everything way more natural.
An original,
and
tried and
really
true
feeling.
hazel stand right here.
So now heading over here, this is my house. I've got this little mushroom garden.
like that exterior.
But I have these.
I don't think I want to watch the whole thing. This is a long
path up to my
video,
house.
so let's
I really
skip
like these.
ahead.
They're also over in front of my entrance.
Oh, right here. Okay, I was really proud of this area. This is like a
it's like a four-square
market outside of
stone
Nooks.
pattern. I really like this pattern. They also have a single square stone pattern that's really
interesting
good. Interesting
layering of the stones over the stone.
Over the other tiles.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I think it just makes that area look more interesting, leading up to Nooks. So
this is
here
a lot
the
of
code
pathing
for
too.
The path, which is this
This
dirt
is a lot
path.
more path than I would do
will warn
now.
you that
And look
it's
at that. Hang on.
9
I wasn't going to like
slots.
critique
So here
myself
is the
here,
code
but
for
see how straight that is? I would never, I don't want to say never, but this is not how I would lay down the path now. I would have it much more distressed looking. It's just very straight. Even that river, I mean, both like streams right there are so straight. I would have things a lot more winding, stuff like that. But I feel like that's just something that I developed over time. becoming more comfortable with doing those kind of curved edges on stuff.
The path, which is this dirt path, I will warn you that it's 9 slots of custom patterns. But I think it's
love
worth
how
it gives such a natural feel.
We didn't want to
Makes
use
it feel
9
like the older games where you've worn
slots.
down the grass. It does take a little bit of time getting used to how to lay it down. But I think once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad.
Like this
just
path
takes
was
some time
very new
to
at
get
this
it all
point,
down.
I think.
So coming over this way, this is kind of an overgrown
I did like this little secret garden area.
Style area on my island. Oh, there's that single circle pattern I was talking about.
And this
which is that same
terraforming,
creator
I
code
like.
as
I like
the
this little area.
4 square
Okay.
circle pattern.
Let's go forward again. So far, okay, let me just say this. I like the concept of the video, kind of walking around, discussing the patterns that I'm using. But you can tell this is the first time that I was giving like an island tour or walking around doing something like this. Now I feel like I'm a lot more comfortable just talking about random things or pointing out things, although doing this on my own island is a lot more challenging for me than doing it on someone else's island, because when you're on someone else's, it's a lot easier to compliment things, say what you like about something, as opposed to your own island. You're not just going around saying, oh, I look at this amazing area that I did. You know, it doesn't feel as natural to do it on your own island, but I like the concept. The execution could be a little bit better, but it was my first time. Look at Marshall down there.
Area that's not completely finished yet.
Who is she using blue roses in a garden? What? I do like that blueberry patch though. And look at the low, okay. I like that low screen
that we just saw. I've got a blue rose garden. I've got a little blueberry farm. Kind of a work in progress.
It is a work in progress. I've got a lot of empty space
there. And then this
random lighthouse on a cliff over there.
Sherb's little beachfront.
I did really like this
here.
section for Sherb. It was super simple, but I liked the way that it looked a lot.
I really like the look of
and
that.
I like that little island right
that's
there.
That's about it. Now we've circled back around to my house.
Okay,
again.
so then I go into
so I'm going to show you how
talking about how to change out your patterns at Able Sisters, all of that stuff. Just kind of like a little tutorial on that. So we'll skip over that. We all know how to do that. If not, I'll have this video linked down in the description if you want to know any of that. Enjoy watching this entire video if you go back and do that. And then what is this at the end? Let's see.
Some of these more complex custom patterns is to sort your patterns. You'll see here I have everything kind of grouped together.
Oh, I'm talking about sorting.
Like designs. And then I'm showing you here.
Oh, I do remember this. Okay, so when I first started YouTube, Nedia was on my Switch Lite at the time. I already had an original Switch, but when I created my island, I did it on my Switch Lite. So when I did this footage, actually, I remember I had to record it from my Switch Lite. And so you had to do like 30-second increments recording, and then I had to splice them together later. And let me tell you, that was so challenging. So much more difficult than if you have a capture card and a regular Switch. So props to people who do that, because it's very difficult to do. For me anyway.
Y on your controller and swap spots. That's how you change where they are in your inventory here. I think that makes things really easy when you're laying them down, as opposed to having them scattered all over the place.
Okay, so I'm just talking about organizing your
it really helps when you're trying to lay out the designs
custom
on your
designs.
island.
I mean, that's good information.
Alright, well that's all for this video. I hope you guys got some ideas for some different custom patterns to use on your island. If you have
What's
any
my character doing?
Other custom paths that you like to use, if you'll leave them in the comments below so I can check them out. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at ConsoleKato. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Oh my goodness. That little outro. Follow me on Instagram. See you next time. Bye. Okay. Overall, I think I did an okay job. It was okay. Could have been better, obviously, but I think that's just something you learn as you go. Things start to improve. You learn new things every time you make a video. So I would give myself like a B minus, C plus maybe. I'm gonna do B minus. I'm gonna be nice to myself here, okay? I have an intro, I have the video, I did some editing, like adding the text, I got the outro there. So I think I did a decent job. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I do want to say thank you guys so much for all of the support over the past year. I know a lot of you have been with me for a long time, since almost the beginning of my YouTube journey, and so I appreciate it so much. I can't believe it's been a year. That is seriously crazy to think about. So I appreciate all the support so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you would like to see me do more reaction style videos, I will be happy to do that. Let me know down in the comments below what you want to see. Let me know what you think about this first video. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.